recording take one. Paisley Nights, chronicling the days of wild. This is Mark Bonde and
DJ Dudley D,
telling the stories of Paisley Park. It was a wild ride, and we are here to capture what it was all about. That's what we're going to do on this podcast. Episode in and episode out, we are going to tell the stories of how Prince impacted regular people. We did it for a little while, so we know something about it because we were in the mix for
20 plus years.
It's wild, man. I mean, just thinking about it, it's just like it's like straight old school. So this is episode number 1, and we are here to kind of break this thing down and start the dialogue of what we're doing. So like, who are we? Why are we the host? What's our story? And let's get it on.
Let's do it. So, myself, DJ Dudley D, along with my partner Mark Bonde. What was the first time we entered Paisley Park?
Oh yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool.
Right at the beginning.
Start right at the beginning, right? We're gonna start back in the old school, right? Because we old fools that go way back, right? So, 1995, 18 years old, Minneapolis. It was the spot, and really, I mean, at that point in life, like there was like I knew Paisley Park existed, right? But I didn't know like Paisley Park existed, right? Like, did you know Paisley Park existed? Did you know like there was parties at Paisley Park and that people were out there like doing their thing on like a Saturday night? I
think I was pretty much unaware of that. I was just into the 18 plus fight nights at Glam Slam.
Was there fights?
Asian fight night.
Yeah, so I mean that's where the story starts. Glam Slam, Thursday night, 18 plus. I'm a senior in high school. Dustin is 1 year removed from that, and we went out on a Thursday to Glam Slam.
I mean, I didn't even really know, like, I knew it was kind of Prince's place, but I wasn't like, I'm going to Prince's club. That was never, like, in the forefront of my brain. I was just going out to the clubs because I was interested in music, and I was old enough now.
Yeah, it was like 18. We could do this. Let's go. They had the 18 plus night, so we went, and that's what we were doing, right? And so, how did we get invited? Because it builds from here, right? So we were at Glam Slam, May of 1995. What happened next?
If you think it's May, I have no idea.
No, it is May. I know. I got the date. I checked it.
It was kind of a blur. Not a blur as in I was drunk. More of a blur, just like not knowing what's happening. And I think there was a girl named Kim Schneider. Was that right?
Oh, yeah, it's Kim.
Kim Schneider, and she knew somebody, and somebody told her that there was something going on at Paisley Park, and we should go, or we were invited, or it's open to the public. I don't even know exactly how it happened.
Yeah. I think the story was, like, as it came to me at Glam Slam, it was, hey, do you want to go to a party that Prince is going to be at? And I was like, yeah, let's go to a party that Prince is going to be at, right? Like, I didn't know. I mean, I knew Purple Rain, I knew Get Off, Thieves in the Temple. You know, I had that single, but I didn't really know like what was happening. So the answer was, yeah, let's go. Let's go to a party that Prince is at. And then I'm thinking, like, how are we going to get into a party that Prince is at? Like, where are we going? We going to some house? What are we doing? And essentially, this is like Google Maps, right? This is 95.
Yeah.
So there's no Google Maps. I didn't have like the address. So it's like
we didn't have cell phones.
No cell phones, no nothing. And we literally had to write down like all of the directions, and
which are 35W south to
62 west to 212. But we didn't take that because we were coming out of downtown, though that is the direction from your place.
Right.
So we were coming downtown, so we were going 394, and then we popped 494 over because I almost hit a deer.
Remember.
No, I do, because I almost hit a deer on 494 as I was driving out there, and then 62 212. Up to 5, and then Paisley Park was there. Because I remember when we drove into the whole conversation on the ride is like, we're driving, we're doing this thing, like, where are we going, what's happening, we're gonna be at a party with Prince is at, what's this all about?
Little did we know it was gonna change the trajectory of both of our lives.
Yeah. That's good foreshadowing. That is good foreshadowing, DJ Dudley D. He's a professional storyteller. So we're driving, and then all of a sudden we're turning Audubon Road, right? Take a left, and I didn't even know it was Audubon Road. I'm not even sure that's on the directions, but pulled in and right into Paisley. And then you're at Paisley Park, and you're like, it says Paisley Park on the sign. You're there. It's 1:30 in the morning, and you're like, well,
still why?
Why and what the heck is next, right? Like it's just like you're blind to what's about to happen. So what's next? You get out of the car because that's what you do, and you walk in like 18-year-old fools. And dude, I mean, just so everybody is fully aware, right? We need to make this 100% clear. I mean, you maybe had some business there because you're like a music guy, etc. But dude, I was just like an 18-year-old white dude,
right?
Don't say that so confidently. Right. I mean, what business did we have going out to Paisley Park?
Yeah, no, I was just into the music and DJing, and I just knew I wanted to take Eric James's job at the Quest, or at Glam Slam, which was then the Quest, and then I did. But no, I had no idea what we were walking into.
Yeah. And so we roll in the doors, right? Bodyguards.
Front door.
This was before, for those that had been to Paisley Park, this is right in the front door. You're walking right into kind of where the receptionist would sit. So the awards used to be up there. I don't know if they still are. But you'd walk right in that front door, and you walk. And this was before kind of the new paint job that came. So Emancipation, they did the new paint job that everybody sees, all kind of the...
There was no MPG Music Club.
Yeah,
that was still a loading dock.
Yeah, that was a loading dock. I mean, there was we hadn't seen the sound stage yet, right? So it was the stairs going up to the right. You walk in, the receptionist on the left. And
music right away when we walked in. It was dark, music playing.
Yeah, and you're walking, 100 feet maybe?
Yeah.
So right into the atrium, 100 feet, and who was spinning the tunes?
DJ Brother Jules.
And Brother Jules was something, right? At the time, Brother Jules was...
Yeah, I mean, he was, I knew him. That's where I bought my vinyl from. He worked at Wide Angle Records on 46 and Nicollet, and I was involved in his record pool, which later on we'll get into how I ended up DJing at Paisley Park. But at that point, it was like, oh, cool, Brother Jules is here. And we barely got in the place. We were in the atrium. That's as far as we got that night. Was in the atrium.
Yeah, and the
dance party was in the atrium.
And there was people there. I mean, there must have been 60, 70 people.
Maybe,
yeah. Give or take. And they had chips and soda, and it's just like, I am at Paisley Park. And just to tell you where I'm at in my life. So I walk through, DJ Brother Jules is doing his thing. There's the 50, 60 people. We got bowls of chips, some Mountain Dew, and, people are eating the Mountain Dew, etc. And I'm like, yo, I gotta call my mom.
You guys got a phone?
You got a phone? And they did have a phone right outside the bathrooms. There was a phone.
Did you call your mom?
No, I called my mom.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, first time I was at Paisley Park, I called my mom from the payphone at Paisley because it was 2 in the morning, and I told her I was gonna be home at 1 or 12:30 or something. I don't know. So I was like, hey, yeah, I'm at Paisley Park, and she's like, okay.
I mean, yeah, I don't.
So
I don't know. She didn't say anything.
No, I don't. I think it was 2 in the morning. I woke her up. I don't know, but she didn't say
thanks.
Come home. Yeah, I just didn't want her worried about me, right? Anyway, so I call my mom. I'm at Paisley Park. I go back to the dance floor once again. Things are happening, but it's not packed, right? People are dancing, music's going. It's somewhat surreal, right?
Yeah. I mean, when I think about it, I feel like it was foggy in there, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
No, it's foggy in your mind.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, yeah, it was just I don't remember much. Except for Prince came into the room eventually.
And then was that the first time you had ever seen Prince in person?
Yeah, and he walked right past me. He actually brushed my shoulder. And
so what's that like? First time you see Prince in person. What are you thinking?
I didn't know much about him, really. I mean, like you said, the Purple Rain, he's from Minneapolis, I remember hearing stuff about him changing his name to the symbol, and I didn't know. I was oblivious, completely oblivious.
Yeah, it's so funny, looking back, how little we knew. you know, I mean, like we know a lot now. Like we've been in the scene, we've gone, we've done stuff.
Right.
But at that point, it's just
Didn't know anything.
didn't know anything. And now all of a sudden, you got Prince rolling in the room, right? And he walks over to the DJ booth.
Well, no, but I believe too. I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he was walking through, and he was holding Carmen Electra's hand.
Yeah, I think it was Carmen Electra,
I'm
but
not
dude,
sure.
I don't. It was. I mean, it was some beautiful woman, you know, 'cause
Right.
that's the way that dude rolled. I mean, she had. Yeah,
I'm not positive.
yeah, she was. Yeah, she was beautiful. She looked great. He looked, you know, cool. He kind of had like it was like a flowing something or
How he
another,
flows.
and he kind of rolls through. And I mean, for me, it was just like I was standing in the corner, a little afraid to dance, you know, because. Yeah,
You're still learning how to dance.
still learning how to dance. Didn't know much about the 2 and 4 at that point, you know. And he rolls over to the DJ booth. He's talking to Brother Jules. He's doing his thing, you know. And I don't know exactly how it flowed down. I mean, the memories get a little fuzzy, but I remember them playing P Control.
Yes.
Do you remember that song? Because I mean, I talked about it a lot, but did you remember it? Like when you
Yes.
left, were you like,
I did. I remember. I mean, I remember the song. I remember the lyrics, obviously, and I'm pretty sure it was played a little bit louder than everything else that was being played at that.
yeah,
Like it was no. I mean, other people knew who had been in the scene.
yeah, like
that
people had heard it before.
Yeah, they knew what was going on. And
Yeah.
I mean, come to find out, as years go on, I was the one that eventually he was bringing the CDs to me, and I was playing them. Like, you know, but back then we didn't know anything.
Yeah, it's a wild ride, right? And I think the version that they played of P Control was not the version that came out on the Gold Experience. I think it was the one that came out on Crystal Ball, kind of the more remixed version, because it was.
True. Yeah.
I mean, who knows? But that's how I remember it. Because like when I heard the version on Gold Experience, I was like, that's not the song I heard exactly. I mean, it had the lyrics, etc.
Right.
But I mean, he played that. You know, the other thing I remember just super, super vividly is you got all these people dancing and like just dancing on the dance floor. And like I said, it's dark. The room there's not much light in there. And
No.
all of a sudden, Prince grabs the flashlight because this is back in the day, right? We're not talking about people DJing from laptops. I mean, Jules is spinning vinyl in the
Yeah.
space. He's got crates and crates of records. He's got the records propped up, you know how DJs do back in the day. And he's just DJing, you know, on the vinyl. And he's got a flashlight, right? I'm sure to like look at stuff because it's dark.
Right.
And Prince takes the flashlight, and all of a sudden Prince becomes the light man. So there's no light man, right? And you're kind of like, all right, this party's hopping. Prince is here. People are dancing, and then he becomes the light man for like 3 or 4 minutes. He's controlling the dance floor, putting the spotlight on people. People are responding, and it was just like, where am I? What is going on? That
Right.
Prince. I'm 15 feet away from Prince. He is playing music. I'm pretty sure. Once again, this memory gets foggy, but you know, Parliament, flashlight, and Prince is rolling with the flashlight, and people are just jamming on the dance floor, all like 52 of them, right? And I'm like, dude, I just want to do this again.
Right. What is this? What else goes on out here?
Yeah, and I mean, then a couple hours later, like we stayed till the end. We weren't leaving.
Right.
And we had a couple other people from our class with us. I mean, I don't know if those guys ever came back.
Who was it? I don't
John
remember.
Mahal and I'm sure Kim was there. She's the one that got us the invite. Kim, I think maybe Becca Porter.
Man, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I mean, but this is, you know, people came on that level, and then, you know, we left. So the party ends, and I'm just like totally hyped up at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning. Just like, this is just one of those experiences that I will not forget. Party's over, walking out of Paisley. We are getting out. They turn the lights on, and one of the bodyguards is handing out tapes. Not CDs, but tapes, cassette tapes. He's got
Because it's 1995.
because it's 1995, and that's what you do with your prints. You be printing tapes, right? And I think he had like a tape duplicator machine back in the day, so they could dupe some tapes, no problem, because that's how they roll. Because Paisley Park was like state of the art. Anyway, so they got the tapes. It's got the cardboard wrapper, and Prince at the time, you're talking May of 95. So Exodus had come out in the spring. The European released. He'd just gotten back from doing his European tour thing, and they hand out tapes of The Good Life on the Exodus album. And the one side of the tape has The Good Life, the album version, and it's great, right? You flip it over, and it's got the Big City remix, checking the mic 1, 2. The jam, and that's the momentum from the night. So we get the tapes. We're rolling in my Honda. It's 4, 5 in the morning, and we are straight amped, right? I mean, the party just ended, and we're talking P control. We're talking, hey, did you see the flashlight? Did you see the Carmen Electra or the lady? We're talking about all of it.
Right.
I mean, we were ready to roll. I mean, it was just so surreal.
And then we just wanted more, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, that's what happens. You get close. And some of the people we went with didn't go back again, right? But for us, it was just like, what's next? And how do you get part of the scene? And for me, the next day, I'm just like, the internet was new, but what was the program? I mean, it wasn't Google at that point, but I was looking for, like, what's this P control? How do I find P control? Where do I need to go? And you're like, go down to the NPG store in Uptown. They'll have P control, and the guy's looking at me like I'm crazy when I do. But I mean, at that point, it was just like, hey, how do I get more of this Prince thing, right? The hits had just come out. I read the liner notes.
And how are you going to find out about the next party?
Yeah, where is the next party? When's it happening? What's going on? It's just, and is there a next party? Is this really a thing? But I mean, at that point, I was pretty much hooked on Prince, right? And I went out, I bought album after album. I started buying the singles. I started like dusting off the old vinyl at mom's house, right? Like we're gonna go find albums with this. And it was about, what can I get my hands on? How can I get more into Prince? How can I get back out to Paisley? And it just becomes all consuming. And it was some months before we got back out there, but we did get back out there. And I think that's what's interesting, right? And that's where we want to go with this podcast is, how did people walk through those doors, and why did they keep coming back? I mean, for me, I ended up seeing Prince somewhere in the neighborhood of 160 times live. I probably went to another 150, 200 parties.
Hundreds of parties.
Some of my closest friends are people that I met at Paisley Park.
Right.
I got relationships with a community of people that I've known for the last 20 some odd years. We've experienced all kinds of crazy stuff over that time. And I think, Prince did something with these Paisley parties. And if you think about the stories that are being told out there, right? People are interviewing musicians. Grateful for that. People are interviewing various technicians and recording engineers. Lots of stuff out on that. Really grateful for that too, right? People have interviewed all kinds of celebrities, right? They've told the stories of people that knew Prince and had experiences with him. But there is a scene of people that were part of this Minneapolis music scene, people that went to Paisley Park for decades. And they went again and again and again. And if you think about it, Prince did something with that. Why is he opening up the doors of his recording studio on a Thursday night or a Friday night or a Saturday night to an 18-year-old kid? Why do I get let in those doors? And once I'm let in those doors, what happens to me, right? What happens by participating in that experience? What happens by participating in that scene? How does the experience begin to shape and form who people are? How does he impact their lives? Where do they go? And I think those stories have not been told. No. And I know those stories. I know the people that we're going to bring up to this microphone in the weeks and months and years ahead. I know that Prince had a profound impact onto who people are, how they see the world, how they see themselves. Prince did something extremely impactful, extremely different, and there's beauty in it, right? There's beauty in the stories, and we want to put those stories on wax. We want to tell them. We want to get it out there. We want the people to have their voice, have an opportunity to tell them. Mm-hmm. We want them to get put on to something that can be shared. And I think when the history books are written, we want to make sure that these stories are not left by the wayside.
They're important.
They are important, and I think through it all, I think, I guess we'll see what we see, but I think when we sum it all up, what comes of the people that participated in the scene is it does become a certain kind of love affair. Like there's a love of the music, there's a love of the man, there's a love of each other, and we want to share that love. We want to get it out there. We want to do justice to it. So thank you.
And there's just unreal stories that we're gonna uncover that are just gonna blow your mind. Like, it's gonna be amazing. And I want to hear. We have our own perspectives on what we went through, but everybody that walked through those doors has a different background, all walks of life, and they are all coming from different angles, and they're all gonna. It's gonna be crazy. It
is gonna be crazy because you just don't know what you're gonna hear, because there's so much, and it's countless. So we're gonna try to do our best to do justice to this. If you were one of those people that have been in the Paisley scene, make sure you reach out to us. We'd love an opportunity to talk to you, and we're gonna do this thing week in and week out and make it happen.
See where it goes.
Thank you for listening to Paisley Nights. We are chronicling the days of Wild. This is episode 1 with Mark Bonde
and DJ Dudley D.
Peace
and be wild.